This documentary explores which countries have the world's worst drivers. If you have a documentary idea, then let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, share it and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Driving is a complex task that requires focus, attention, and skill. Unfortunately, not all drivers are created equal. Some drivers are more reckless, irresponsible, and dangerous than others, leading to a higher risk of accidents and injuries on the road. This documentary will examine some of the world's worst drivers, including examples of their dangerous behavior and the consequences of their actions. Russia is known for having some of the worst drivers in the world, with a high number of accidents and fatalities on its roads each year. In fact, Russia has the highest rate of traffic deaths in Europe, with an average of 18 deaths per 100,000 people. One reason for this high rate of accidents is the prevalence of drunk driving. According to a 2018 report by the World Health Organization, Russia has the highest rate of alcohol-related traffic deaths in the world. This is due in part to a lack of enforcement of drunk driving laws and a cultural acceptance of drinking and driving. Another reason for Russia's high rate of accidents is the poor condition of its roads. Many of the roads in Russia are in disrepair, with potholes, uneven surfaces, and inadequate lighting. This makes driving more difficult and dangerous, especially in bad weather conditions. India is another country known for its dangerous drivers. In 2019, India had the highest number of road fatalities in the world, with over 150,000 deaths reported. This is due in part to the high volume of traffic on India's roads, as well as the lack of enforcement of traffic laws. One of the biggest problems with driving in India is the disregard for traffic signals and rules. Many drivers ignore red lights and stop signs, and they frequently drive on the wrong side of the road. This makes it difficult for other drivers to anticipate their movements and can lead to accidents. Another issue in India is the prevalence of driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. According to a 2019 survey by the Indian Council of Medical Research, over 70% of drivers in India admitted to driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs at least once in their lifetime. China is home to some of the world's most dangerous roads, with a high rate of accidents and fatalities each year. In 2019, there were over 63,000 traffic deaths reported in China, making it one of the deadliest countries for drivers. One of the biggest problems with driving in China is the lack of traffic enforcement. Many drivers ignore traffic signals and rules, and there is a high prevalence of drunk driving and speeding. This is due in part to a lack of consequences for violating traffic laws, as well as a cultural disregard for traffic safety. Another issue in China is the high volume of traffic on its roads. Many of the major cities in China are heavily congested, with long commutes and frequent traffic jams. This can lead to frustration and aggressive driving behavior, which can increase the risk of accidents. While the United States is known for its advanced road infrastructure and safety features, it still has some of the world's worst drivers. In fact, the United States has one of the highest rates of traffic fatalities among developed countries, with over 36,000 deaths reported each year. One of the biggest problems with driving in the United States is distracted driving. This includes using mobile phones while driving, eating or drinking, adjusting the radio or navigation system, and other activities that take the driver's attention away from the road. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, distracted driving was a factor in over 2,800 traffic deaths in 2018. Another issue in the United States is the prevalence of drunk driving. While there have been significant improvements in drunk driving laws and enforcement in recent years, drunk driving still remains a major problem in the United States. In 2018, there were over 10,500 deaths caused by drunk driving, accounting for nearly 30% of all traffic fatalities. In addition to distracted and drunk driving, the United States also has issues with speeding and aggressive driving. Many drivers exceed the speed limit and engage in dangerous maneuvers, such as tailgating, cutting off other drivers, and weaving in and out of traffic. This can lead to accidents and injuries, as well as road rage incidents. Brazil is another country with a high rate of traffic fatalities and dangerous drivers. In 2019, there were over 31,000 traffic deaths reported in Brazil, making it one of the deadliest countries for drivers. One of the biggest problems with driving in Brazil is the lack of enforcement of traffic laws. Many drivers ignore traffic signals and rules, and there is a high prevalence of drunk driving and speeding. This is due in part to a lack of consequences for violating traffic laws, as well as a cultural disregard for traffic safety. Another issue in Brazil is the poor condition of its roads. Many of the roads in Brazil are in disrepair, with potholes, uneven surfaces, and inadequate lighting. This makes driving more difficult and dangerous, especially in bad weather conditions. In conclusion, driving is a complex task that requires focus, attention, and skill. Unfortunately, not all drivers are created equal, and some are more reckless, irresponsible, and dangerous than others. This documentary has examined some of the world's worst drivers, including examples of their dangerous behavior and the consequences of their actions. Russia, India, China, the United States, and Brazil are among the countries with the highest rates of traffic fatalities and dangerous driving behavior. Some of the biggest problems with driving in these countries include drunk driving, distracted driving, speeding, aggressive driving, and poor road conditions. To improve road safety, governments and law enforcement agencies must work to enforce traffic laws and punish violators. Drivers must also take responsibility for their own actions and prioritize safety over convenience or speed. By working together, we can create safer roads and reduce the number of accidents and injuries caused by dangerous driving behavior. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with our new videos. Thank you.